Season greetings, everyone. It's me, Coach 67 Sports TV. Shout out to the awesome and amazing LDBC, Lions Den Broadcasting Community. Shout out to Louisiana American Sports Network. And shout out to the greatest university in the world, the Southern University, home of the mighty Jaguars. Hopefully, y'all had a wonderful, amazing, and phenomenal Christmas like myself. Hopefully you was able to spend time with family, with friends, with loved ones, and you was able to enjoy some good food like myself. But it's back to HBCU news. And in this particular video, I'm going to address a few different topics in this particular video. First thing I want to address, Southern University defensive end Ckelby has been named 2024 College Football Network HBCU Defensive Player of the Year. It's no shock. I mean, Ckelby Givens was a beast this year. I'm not gonna lie, he was a dog last year. I think him and Taj Brownie fed off each other last year. However, this season, I think he took his game to a whole nother level. He led the SWAC and tackles for loss. I mean, he lived in the backfield most of the season, and he just was an absolute beast. Congratulations to him. Not only was he first team all SWAC co-defensive player of the year, but also being named College Football Network HBCU Defensive Player of the Year and FCS All-American. I mean, he has had a phenomenal season. Congratulations to Ckelby Givens. Hopefully he can have one more season just as good, hopefully even better than this past season. And not only that, but he can go on to the NFL on the greener pastures and have a phenomenal career like other Southern University alumni, like Mel Blount, like Aeneas Williams, so on and so forth. So hopefully Ckelby Givens could keep it going. I mean, he is like the model. He's the model player from the standpoint he excels on the field, and from all I hear, he's like a class guy. He does well in the classroom, and he's just kind of like a model citizen type player. Those are the type of players you want to represent your program. And congratulations to Ckelby Givens, who's done an excellent job this season. Next, in terms of HBCU news, Jackson State backup quarterback Zai McDonald has entered the transfer portal. And this is no surprise. Zai McDonald had an excellent SWAC championship game against Southern. When he got hurt, Jacoby Morgan was, I'm not going to lie, he was struggling a little bit. Jackson State offense was struggling. Jacoby Morgan got hurt. Zai McDonald, for the most part, he made most of the plays that he made. He made those plays with his legs. He made a few plays with his arm, but mostly with his legs. And then, after that, he came in towards the end of the first half. They went down, they tied the game. They just took off in the second half, and they just ended up pulling away from Southern. And, he had a pretty impressive performance. Of course, Jacoby Morgan went back to being a guy the next week. He only played, I think, one snap in the Celebration Bowl compared to all the snaps he played against Southern in the SWAC championship game. And now he's now into the transfer portal. And I think based on the performance he had in the SWAC championship game against Southern, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be truthful. I think he's going to garner a lot of interest and a lot of attention from a lot of different teams. So, wish him well. There's no telling where he's going to land. With Miles Carter leaving Grambling, I'm surprised SWAC quarterbacks that have entered the transfer portal hasn't tried to go to Grambling. I mean, I don't know if Miles Carter has any eligibility left, but if he entered the NFL draft, hey, I'm surprised you don't have guys beat down the door to go to Grambling to potentially compete for the starting quarterback position. But, it is what it is. And in terms of the last bit of news, former Philadelphia Eagles and NFL wide receiver Deshaun Jackson is finalizing the deal to become the head coach at Delaware State. This is kind of big news. I kind of keep my ear to the ground in the HBCU landscape, and this kind of came out of nowhere. I was kind of blindsided by this news earlier today, and it's just crazy how you know Deion Sanders becoming the head coach at Jackson State is kind of like had a trickle down effect. I mean, of course, he was the head coach at Jackson State. Now he's the head coach of Colorado. Then, you had Ed Reed who tried to become the head coach of Bethune, and that ended up being an epic failure and a disaster. With him like constantly complaining and throwing administration under the bus. You see how that worked out. And of course, recently Mike Vick, he took the head coaching job at Norfolk State. Now Deshaun Jackson takes the head coaching job at Delaware State. Of course, you got Eddie George at Tennessee State. So it's going to be interesting. Like, some people call them celebrity head coaches. I mean, these guys play in the NFL and have varying degrees of success. So I really wouldn't call them celebrity head coaches. They even talked about Hugh Jackson being a head coach at Grambling. So, it's kind of like this trickle down effect. Do you really want, a head coach that played in the NFL but has no head coaching experience whatsoever, or no coaching experience at all? Or do you think it's more of you have that notoriety or that cachet, and you're gonna garner the kind of interest you need from recruits and from talent and whatever the case may be? And not only that, but you saw what Deion did at Jackson State in terms of he was able to build relationships and so on and so forth. So having that type of notoriety around you, it it's kind of different. That's why I was surprised that Texas Southern didn't go the route of Andre Johnson, because for a minute it seemed like they were gonna go that way at one point, but they ended up pivoting and going a different direction. But at the end of the day, I think having a former NFL player to be a head coach without no coaching experience, I think you kind of have to gauge it on a case by case basis. And one thing you have to realize, if you look at the way things played out for Jackson State, it worked out well. But let's see how things play out for Eddie George at Tennessee State, for Mike Vick at Norfolk State, for Deshaun Jackson at Delaware State. Let's see how all these different scenarios play out. But that's it for this video. If you found any value in this video, please like the video, share the video, comment in the comment section, subscribe to the channel. Also, click the notification bell so you can be alerted anytime I post any new videos. Also, go check out my brother Jad11 Green on his channel with his show Every Sunday, the Southern Baller Show. Go check him out. Also, go check out my brother Brent Fox on his channel with his show called It's Just Me Starring Brent Fox. And lastly, go check out the leader of this phenomenal organization that I'm a part of, 78 Sports TV. He has 2 channels. His primary channel is 78 Sports TV. His backup channel is called the No 304 Show. He does the show live stream every Sunday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time with the brother Blu-ray. So go check him out. In my next video, I'm going to talk about Ckelby Givens and his ranking amongst Southern University defensive ends. So be sure to check out my next video talking about Ckelby Givens and other Southern University defensive ends of the past. But I'll catch y'all on the rebound. Y'all have a happy holidays. Hopefully you had a Merry Christmas. Y'all have a blessed, phenomenal week and weekend. Happy New Year's to everyone. Catch y'all on the flip side. Peace and blessings.